The supply chain management function of an automaker acts as the interface between its industrial production and its commercial operations. The women and men of supply chain move the materials and semi-finished products, activate the production nodes, and distribute the cars according to customer requirements. The supply chain mission is to synchronize the entire process like the mechanism of a clock to prevent inactivity, delays, and diseconomies. But let's go behind the scenes to find out what the FCA supply chain mechanism consists of and how it works. The function's operational scope includes the entire global supplier base, all the storage centers, and over 100 FCA plants around the world. To fulfill market demand promptly and efficiently, the entire flow of incoming and outgoing materials must be planned from the earliest stages of the cycle onwards and must be fully operational as soon as production starts. Supply chain must ensure the feasibility of the objectives by balancing demand and factory capacity. It must also define volumes and allocate all the resources required by optimizing flows and inventory. It's an extremely complex system, where every link in the chain serves the previous one and supplies the next, all contributing to the end result, to turn customers' wishes into reality. To understand how all this works, let's look at a US customer who falls for an FCA model when they see it being driven round their city. All they need for their wishes to take shape is a tablet, an internet connection, and the willingness to play with the car configurator. It's super easy for them to select the features of their car, the version, the engine, the color, and the optional extras that make the car unique. All they then need to do is try out the model they've chosen at any FCA dealership around the world, where they'll be welcomed, given more information, and followed up step by step as the contract is drawn up. One click, one signature, and the adventure can begin. The demand and production planning and capacity planning functions check feasibility and give the green light to the production process, passing the baton to the plants. Based on the schedule received, iFast Container Logistics, a wholly owned subsidiary of FCA, organizes the movement of components from the suppliers to the factories, where they are processed and assembled. The integrated management of this stage guarantees a sustainable approach, including the reuse of containers, waste disposal, and the optimization of all factors in transportation. Once the car has been manufactured, the baton is passed back to supply chain so it can be delivered to dealerships in various countries. The vehicle distribution function organizes the transportation via another wholly owned subsidiary of FCA, iFast Automotive Logistics. To take the cars from storage areas to ports or their final destinations, they utilize state-of-the-art natural gas-fired car carrier trailers, the green, sustainable evolution of road transportation. Cars are shipped overseas according to the contract signed by the logistics service contracting function with various shipping companies. Around 60% of inbound and outbound movements are made by sea or rail, which significantly limits the environmental impact of the logistics process. Organizational innovation is also taking place in the name of sustainability. The adoption of new methodologies to optimize transportation of materials led to an offset of over 1,500 tons of CO2 in 1 year. In the meantime, the streamlining of road transportation by using low-emission car carrier trailers and other changes to movements by sea and rail reduced CO2 emissions by another 2,700 tons. All this is aimed at the customer returning to the dealership to find their car ready and waiting for them. Supply chain oversees this global process, making sure the right product gets to the right place at the right time. It does this in an innovative, flexible and sustainable way, resulting in benefits for the customer, for the production system and for the environment.